Hi, I'm Jenna, also known as Retro Lemon on Ravelry, and this is episode 11. I have a lot to pack in today's episode, so we're just going to move right along. I wanted to let you know that I have teamed up with doodlebugyarn.com to offer my viewers and members of the Ravelry group and pretty much anybody else a special offer. If you go to doodlebugyarn.com, when you check out, use the code RETROLEMON, all one word, RETROLEMON together. You can save $5 on a $25 purchase. And if you're watching this from the RetroLemonStudio.com website, there is a little widget, like right over to the side, that is a link to the website, and it tells you the code. So go over there, check them out. They have 3 Irish girls, Madeline Tosh, Malabrigo, all the big names. So I'm excited and save money. Yay. Let's see, knit along. You have 5 days from today that I'm recording this to get your shawls done for the knit along. I'm going to close the thread on April 30th at midnight Eastern time and pick for the winners next week. If you want to see the prizes, check out the last few weeks' shows. They all show them. I'm not going to show them again right now only because I know I'm kind of on a time crunch. So that's that. And then we will be doing a knit along. Again, a 2-month knit along for May and June. We'll be doing the Hogwarts Express. We'll be doing the Henslow. I had to think about what that was called. And then another one that I forgot to write down. Anyways, it's a free pattern because I had heard back that people would like a free option. So I'm all for that. I love suggestions. I want to know what you want to see, you know, and stuff like that. So definitely I will be adding that. I will add the third shawl in the show note links. I had gotten a PM on Ravelry about where the show notes were. And so if you don't know where the show notes are, you go to www.retrolemonstudio.com, and there will be the show notes underneath that episode listing. So it's all on there with links to everywhere you need to find everything. So just in case you're watching from iTunes or directly from Blip. And then we're going to have a May knit along, in May only. And I'm so excited because I finally get to show you all. I get to show you all. I've been referring to them as my babies. It's weird, I know, I can't deny it. But my new pattern, I just put it out. Let's see, what time is it? Like an hour and a half ago from the time I'm recording this. Because I wanted it to be available as soon as this was up. And I know people were awaiting. Ready? Ta-da! It's George, the giant squid. Isn't he cute? Be like, wave, George. Squids are my favorite animals. I feel like I got something in my eye, sorry. So, I had been wanting to knit a squid, and I know there's squid patterns out there, but that's not the point. As a designer, I really, really wanted to design one myself, and one that wasn't as complicated, because there are some awesome squid patterns out there, and I cannot remember the designer's name. I can't even pronounce it probably if I wanted to. Anyways, Google or search squid patterns, you'll find them. But they're, in my opinion, a bit complicated and lots of short rows. So I want to just design something. In my opinion, it's kind of fiddly because as a traditional squid would have, it has 8 arms. They're actually called arms, not legs. Just a technical thing. And 2 tentacles. Little tentacles. And so you do, I mean, there's picking up. You pick up and knit these on. So he's a bit fiddly, but he's really not hard. There's no special stitches. It's just increases, decreases, and some picking up. That's it. It's really not that hard. Like I said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I feel like I'm like all blinking funny, but I feel like I got like an eyelash in my eyeball. Oh my goodness. Anyway, so this was my top secret pattern. And then Dancing Dog Dye Works provided the yarn. Michelle, the wonderful dyer, came up with this colorway called Release the Kraken, specifically for this project, because she was in the know. See? Oh, he can bounce on my hand, maybe. So, just so you know, he's all put together. That's his underside. My husband's like, he needs a beak, because they have beaks like parrots. And I'm like, he don't need a beak, no one's going to see him. Like, I don't want to make a beak. He's like, oh yeah, while you're sleeping, I'm going to go take felt and I'm going to make little beaks and glue them on all your squid. So, he didn't though. I mean, he was just messing with me. So, there's one squid. Two squid. This squid is made out of Madeline Tosh Vintage in the ink colorway. And I didn't like Madeline Tosh Vintage. At least not for toy making. It doesn't have enough stretch for my opinion. So, or in my opinion. So, I mean, I can see making like a sweater or something out of it where you're not going to have such a tight fabric. But for making toys, it wasn't my yarn of choice. I mean, you could feel different. And I know there are people who be like, oh, you don't like Madeline Tosh? And it's, like I said, just for toy making, it was not my favorite. But I chose all of the, well, not all, but most of the yarns because they have squid, at least related names. So you have like Release the Kraken, and this is ink. And then, oh, isn't he cute? This is Lorna's Laces in the Humboldt colorway, and not a lot of people realize Humboldt is a breed of squid. So, like, these are giant squids. You know, it's loosely, the shape is loosely based off of actual, like, diagrams of giant squids. So, you know, but Humboldt was a breed of squid. They don't look like this. They don't have tentacles. I think they just have arms. But anyways, so that's why I picked this. It wouldn't normally be a color I'd pick, but I'm really happy with how it came out. I think it came out really cute. And then this was my prototype, and it's just orange. Because when you take a squid off, they turn orange. They're like an orangey red. So, that was my first one. So, these are all my little lovelies. My babies. Just because this is the pattern that as a designer gave me the most trouble. It gave me issues. And it was rather frustrating. So, but George the Giant Squid is now available on Ravelry for $6. And is the May knit-along, the May toy knit-along. So, you can post your pictures. I'll have a chat thread and a picture-only thread. That way I can just do a random number generator. And there will be lovely prizes for both knit-alongs. I will get into that more next week when the knit-alongs actually, it'll be May 2nd. So we'll go over all that then because, like I said, I got a lot to go. And I want to make sure I have enough time because I'm probably going to chatter. So the squids were I only got one done between this week and last week is my finished object, and that was the ink colored one. So those are all the finished objects the last few weeks you haven't got to see. And now it's out, and I'm so excited. So, because I love squid. And then it was so funny, I like barely had the pattern on Ravelry, and it already had like one little love heart favorite thing, and I was like, oh my goodness. So, I've gotten comments already in just the last like hour and a half, and everyone's so supportive, and he's getting so much love, and I appreciate it because this is a pattern that just means a lot to me. So, thank you. And thank you all who are going to leave a comment, because I know there will probably be more, because there's just people who always go out of their way to, you know, say nice things. So, since those were my finished objects, we'll move on to works in progress, because I got some. I finally picked up my Spring Awakening shawl again. I finished up my last sample Sunday night, so Monday and Tuesday I worked on this a little. I really didn't get too far. When the last time I had showed it, I had just was a row or two above this second gray stripe, but there was a lace pattern with noops. I hate noops. Luckily the noops were only well, 2 rows. You do, make the noops on one row and then purl them together on the way back. So, but I got the lace panel done. So that's what that looks like. It's kind of hard. It really needs to be blocked, to see the full thing. But I'm so excited because that's it. That's all the charted section. And I'm now to the point where it's time to switch back to the gray. And I'm still kind of on the fence about whether I'm going to do the short row top or the standard one. Like I said, the instructions, the original instructions, you just kind of decrease back and it's kind of goes straight across when you block it. You pull it straight. And then the short row section, you do a lot of short rows, obviously, and it'll make it more crescent shaped. So I'm worried about yardage. I'm worried about not having enough gray to do the standard pattern. So I think I'm probably going to do the short row only because I'm really worried about yardage. And I really don't want to have to buy more. I mean, I love this yarn. It is made, I guess I should tell you, it is made out of Cascade Heritage. The colors have numbers, but Jimmy Bean's wool gives them names. So the yellow is called Butter, and the gray is called Gray. So, because that's where I bought it from, Jimmy Bean's wool. But I really like this Cascade Heritage. I will definitely be using this in the future. And I know it's 100 grams. You get 400 and maybe around 460 yards per skein. So I'm pleased with it. I have a feeling now, because I've already started, there's already been a couple rows where you decrease. So I'm like, this should go so much faster now that the decreasing has started. Because this part has taken me forever. Even when I wasn't working on the squids, it was almost grueling. So this is, which I have to say, this is my first bottom-up shawl. So this is new to me. I'm used to, starting a shawl and getting at least the first half seems to fly by really quick. And then it slows down some. So, which I love this. This is the medium knitting's my bag. And this fits so well in here. Because I like that it's got room. I don't want to scrunch it all up in there. So, works in progress number 1. I have another work in progress. I have found myself at the doctor's office 2 days in a row now. My one son, he needed to go yesterday. He had this rash that was bothering him, so we just went and got him some cream to help it. And then he woke up and it was at 1:30 this morning bawling. His ear hurt. And he cried all through the night. So I am so sleep deprived at this moment. I feel like I can't even think straight. So I apologize now if I forget things and take a moment to have to think about things. Because I was up with him all night. And then we called the doctor's office as soon as it opened this morning. And they wanted to bring him in. And wanted me to bring him in the morning. So I'm like, oh, I feel like I couldn't even hardly get a nap in. So then they were running a half hour behind. We went to the pharmacy because he had an ear infection. And the pharmacy was running about 20 minutes behind. And then he's like, can we get some lunch? So we went through a drive-thru, which is really something because we almost never eat out. So it was a real treat to go and pick up lunch, which was good because I was so tired I didn't want to cook. So since I found myself at the doctor's office, I have made progress. I gotta cut my yarn here. I didn't have scissors, and it came time to put in the the line for where the afterthought heel goes, and I didn't have anything to cut my scrap yarn with, because I just grabbed a small little ball of leftover sock yarn, so it's still attached. But anyways, the last time I showed it, it was probably halfway of what it is now. So I'm now up, I've put the heel in, and then the other sock, because I do them two at a time, I go back and forth, is up to where it's time for the heel. So I'll probably do this down till I'm ready to do the toe, and then I'll go back and do this to the toe and then put the toes on. That way I never have second sock syndrome, because I know myself too well, and I know if I got one sock completely done, the other one would probably never, I would never have a matching pair of socks. I just have a bunch of lonely single ones. So that's that in my Tangerine Designs bag. I love this bag. I love this fabric. So it's been carted around in my purse, working on it at the doctor's and at the pharmacy. So, whew, we're booking right along. I'm like, I have a little like clock over here so I can see the time. Enabling. I'll just move right into it. I got a Knit Picks order, and I specifically ordered it for one other thing that I'll show later. But I also ordered birthday gifts for some of the ladies in my knitting group, and I was so worried that it wouldn't get here in time, and it did. I was so pleased. So I figure, well, you gotta spend enough to get free shipping at Knit Picks, because it's only $50, and I was so close. So I had been eyeballing, and I'm not a pink girl, but they have their gloss lace in the rouge colorway, and this is being discontinued. So I don't know for how long they'll have this, and I didn't know exactly how much I needed. I knew I'd need at least 2 skeins, because pretty much any lace weight shawl, you need 2. And I got a third just in case, because I'm like, if they sell out of it and I run out, I'm out of luck, especially getting the same lot number. So it's pink. It's very, very pink. Our anniversary's coming up, and I have a dress that has like, it's black and white and has like this pink sash. And I'm like, I'd really like a shawl to go with it in case if it's kind of cool that day. And I think this comes close. I think the ribbon might be a tad brighter, but it's close enough because I have maybe like a month. A month until I need it, or a little less. Anyways, I gotta get going. I gotta find the right pattern. I definitely think I want a stole instead of like a triangle or something. I really want something I can like wrap around and wear. So I gotta find something. Something I think will work with the design on the dress. So it's been in my wish list forever. And then I'm so excited because I feel like I'm like one of the last people to get it, and I know I'm not. I'm probably in the middle. And that is my You Are My Sunshine from the 3 Irish Girls. I had talked about this a month or so ago, a month and a half ago. I think it was like beginning of March. And 20% of the profits went to the Share Foundation, and they help families who have lost babies. So I ordered 2 skeins. I ordered it, I just showed you the worst weight, which is the Springvale Super Merino. It's 100% superwash merino. And then I got the Adorned sock yarn, which is 80% merino and 20% nylon. And I just love this. I am not a purple, especially not a purple and blue person. And I think this is gorgeous because it has a little bit of purple and yellow that pops in here. And some like little green spots where the dyes run together, which I think it just adds to the character of it. And I've never bought 3 Irish Girls yarn before. This was a first for me, and it is so soft and squishy. And it has no smell at all. which, I mean, okay, I'd rather have no smell than vinegar. When I was working with the Madeline Tosh for my one squid, it smelled so bad of vinegar. I could almost not stand it at times. So I'd rather have it smell like nothing than vinegar, but sometimes, you know, you just get those yarns like Lorna's Laces. I could sniff that stuff all day long. It smells so amazing. So I was so excited because I didn't get a shipping notice. It just like showed up in my mailbox. So it was kind of a surprise because I was like, oh, there it is. So I couldn't track it though. I like to track things and kind of stalk the mailman. So, let's see. Oh, and then I got, because we are having the Hogwarts as one of the Shaws in the knit-along. I was kind of on the fence. Do I add beads? Do I not add beads? I'm using a tweed yarn, so I don't think it needs beads. You know, it was one of those kind of things. So then I thought, well, I'm going to go ahead and order the beads for my Even Star. Because I bought the pattern, and that is going to be my personal summer, like, project. I might open up, like, an informal knit-along thread. There won't be, like, prizes or anything like that. But anyone that might be thinking about knitting it over the summer, like I mean, I'm talking summer. I'm not like, this could be, like, a June, July, August, September, October, December. I mean, it just might move right through the year. I'm not saying I'm going to get it done in 3 months. It's just my over the summer, just kind of for me thing. So I have the Volmise lace yarn, and I'm trying to think of the name. It's green. Pistazi, in the Pistazi colorway. And they had green beads. I went to fusionbeads.com. Because Leslie of the Knit Girls had talked about what a great deal they were, and it was. I got just over 3,000 size 8 seed beads, and I just went, because I wanted a little sparkle. I wasn't so concerned about color, and since I'm using a green, I was afraid I couldn't match the green to my liking, because I'm picky. So I just got crystal beads. They're the crystal AB beads, so they're perfect, they're clear, no lining or anything, but they have like a sheen on them that kind of, when the light hits them right, gives it like a little bit of a rainbowed effect. So I bought 10 bags of the seed beads. See, they look white, but they're not. They're crystal, they're clear. And then I liked those so much, and I thought, well, I'm using a tweed yarn, and I just wanted a little bit of sparkle when the light maybe hit the owl's eyes, right? So I just bought more of the crystal AB seed beads for that, and these I bought in a size 6. And then I thought, well, while I'm placing an order, because it's free shipping and all, I was like, oh, I'll go ahead and get, ooh, I dropped something. Hold on. Sorry about that, top of my head. There's another shawl that I want. It's in my queue. I can't remember. But I plan on, ironically, making it blue. And I had ordered blue seed beads. And I needed 3 packs. And this is what I got. Hopefully you can see. These are not blue beads. I had ordered cobalt silver lined beads. And I got these. I went and typed in. I don't know if you'll be able to see the... Got beads all over my lap here. The stock number was 0929 and I needed 3. I don't know if you'll be able to see this, but on the baggies, it's not 0929, it's 0928. So whoever picked the beads in the warehouse and packaged them grabbed the wrong ones. When I typed in on their website, what the color that this came up was dark gray silver lined seed beads. So I called them. Got on the website, found the customer service number, and called them. Because I have learned, if you email a company, it's usually almost always going to take you forever to hear back. So this is what I was supposed to get. They sent them to me, they didn't, free. And then they told me to keep these because they figured it'd be more hassle for me to have to send them back and then restock them. So, but the customer service at Fusion Beads, very good. The girl on the phone was very nice. Took care of me right away. I got them in just a couple days, and now I'm all set for that project. Now I'm like, if I can just find something I need dark gray silver lined beads for, I'll be set. So, and then they send you, did I plop it in here after I dropped it? Oh, here it is. Then they send you a free retractable tape measure that says Fusion Beads on it, which I thought was really cool because, I mean, I picked these up at like Hobby Lobby for $1, but I lose them all the time. So I thought that was nice. It's an awesome freebie, something I definitely love getting. So thank you, Fusion Beads. FusionBeads.com. I'll link them. Because all those, I got 10 packs of the crystal clear beads for my Even Star, 3 bags of seed beads of the blue, and then the 1 little bag of the bigger seed beads for my Hogwarts. Free shipping and everything. It was under 20 bucks. It was like 19 something for all of those beads. It's insane. Thousands and thousands of beads. You can't beat that. I'm very pleased. And now I will have a new segment. Spinning. I have a spinning wheel coming in 2 days. I got a shacked ladybug. And it's not like one day I woke up and was like, I think I'll buy a spinning wheel. I've been wanting a spinning wheel for 2 years. It was about 2 years ago. I met a local lady who was at a farmer's market, and she was selling yarn that she made. And I was like, oh my gosh, that's so awesome. Well, then she's like, oh, let me show you how I do it. And she had a drop spindle, and she's showing me. So she has a friend who makes drop spindles, and I bought one. So this is my drop spindle. And some yarn, yarn, a single ply that I have spun on it. It's really nice. It has a nice weight. It was made by a local artisan. And I cannot find a whole lot of love for the drop spindle. I get more frustrated with it than anything. This really needs transferred. But I stopped. I just stuck it away. Frustrated. I don't have very good control with drafting it and spinning it at the same time. I mean, I know I probably need more practice. I did it for months. I have several like toilet paper rolls with a singles on it, and it needs plied. So, and I don't know, I think part of my problem maybe is because it's all white, it's all plain. This is a 50% wool, 50% alpaca blend. I don't know what kind of wool, it just said wool. I got the wool from a spinning and weaving guild that's over an hour away, and I was a member for a year, and you have to pay for a membership. It's not overly expensive, but it's so far, and it's not like, oh, it's an hour away and it's highway driving stuff. It is like rural Ohio. It is like, if you've never been to Ohio, like the first third of Ohio is pretty flat, because it's from where like ancient times ago the lake has receded to where Lake Erie is now, and it's all flat. Once you start getting into like the second third of Ohio, it starts getting very hilly and very winding, and it reminded me of Pennsylvania when my best friend and I went on a road trip to Pittsburgh. Very hilly, very winding. And it definitely is not a road I would ever consider driving in the winter, because it would be dangerous. I mean, it's just flat out, it would be dangerous. And like when you're, and I'm not talking like, oh, nice, big, easy hills. I'm talking like big, sharp, steep hills, and it's nuts. I mean, the group was amazing. The ladies were so nice, and gentlemen. There were a couple of men, because it was spinning and weaving, but it just was not, it was not practical for me, because during the day, once a week, they would have a gathering. You know, you could go and knit and spin and weave, but it was during the day, and I could only be there for like a couple hours before I'd have to be back to get the kids from school. And then monthly they would have a big guild meeting, and it was always at night, and that is not a drive I like to make in the dark on the way home. So I never went to the big monthly meetings. But while I was a member, oh, excuse me, I had gotten a huge 5-pound bag of the wool and alpaca roving. And I think it was like $12 for a 5-pound bag. And it is a carded, I'm sorry, it's going to be a little crinkly. It is a carded blend, and it was all white. So over the weekend, I knew I had the wheel coming and all that because I ordered it Thursday of last week. So I busted out some of the roving, and I just loosely braided it. This ain't supposed to be impressing anybody. And I dyed it with Kool-Aid. So I divided them up into approximately 2 ounces. Because I was like, I have this. It's something perfect to practice on. It didn't cost me much. But I need color. I love color. So I made one with 2 packets of lemon and lime. And I found a tutorial online where all you do is you boil water, a pot of water. You add the Kool-Aid in. Once it starts to boil, spin it up, take it off the heat, and then soak your roving and or yarn in the pot for 45 minutes. You just soak it, and then you drain it, rinse it, let it dry. I'll link the website that I used for the Kool-Aid dyeing, but this is 2 lemon and limes, 2 lemonades and an orange, because I started off with just 2 lemonades, and lemonade is so pale. I wanted a nice bright yellow, and it's not going to happen. I'll have to figure out something else. I guess I should hold this a little closer. That's 2 lemonades and an orange. This one is 2 mixed berry. This one is a mixed berry and a lemon and lime. This one, I love this one. This one is 2 cherry. And this one is probably my absolute favorite, and it is 2 packets of orange. So it smells really good at first when you add in the Kool-Aid and it's boiling, and it smells fruity, and then you put the wool in and it smells like a wet sheep. It was kind of like, because this stuff is like, it smells like a sheep or an alpaca. It doesn't smell all good and stuff. I figure once I spin it up, I'll soak it in some soak and make it smell all good. So this was my weekend project. I spent a night doing it, a few hours. Like I said, with the Kool-Aid, it was so easy. So I had read somewhere online to be generous with the packets of Kool-Aid or you'll get really light pastels. And I think 2 packets for 2 ounces worked really well. I cannot complain at all. I just wish the lemonade was more yellow. You know, it's like really light. It's supposed to look like real lemonade. So that was my only disappointment. But it's okay. I still like the light orange. And then I'm going to probably like spin these 2 and ply these 2 together because they remind me of popsicles. And that's what I'll probably do. I figure I'm just going to practice spinning and plying on this. So I had ordered the wheel on Thursday, and I ordered it from thewoolery.com. Their customer service has been great. They had the cheapest price. If you Google a ladybug spinning wheel, you'll see they're not cheap. I got mine for $5.49 from the Woolery with free shipping, and free shipping on anything you purchase with it. And then you get a $25 gift card towards your next purchase. So really, it was the best deal I could find. And a lot of other companies, the wheels were like $5.75 and they were sold out. And the Woolery has the spinning wheels shipped directly from Shat. So I had gotten an email saying, oh, your order will be delivered on Monday. So I was so excited. Monday, I was all pumped. Like I got my samples out of the way and everything. UPS truck pulls in, and I'm like, I am jumping up and down on the porch. You know, he couldn't see me at that point, so I didn't look like a total weirdo. So then I'm just standing there, like, holding in my excitement, and he walks up, and he brings me this little yellow bubble envelope. I'm like, is that all you have? He's like, yep. I'm like, are you sure? I'm expecting a box, and I probably am going to have to sign for it. So he gets off his little gadget thing, and he scrolls through and looks, and he's like, yeah, that's all I have for you. What? So I open up the little padded envelope, and all that was in it was my spinning wheel oil. Because I guess you're supposed to oil every time you change the bobbin. So I'm like, okay, well, I'll order this. I had saw this on Knit One Heart 2, and Wendy had got it. And I'm like, okay. Yeah, this is good for getting in the little spots. And I figure I can just refill this. How hard is that? So I pull out the invoice, and there's a really nice handwritten note letting me know that my Ladybug and my Lazy Kate, which I ordered the Lazy Kate that goes on the Ladybug because it was a lot cheaper than a freestanding Lazy Kate, and it takes up less space because I kind of have a space issue. My house is not big at all. So those are being delivered directly from Shacked. So then I was all bummed. So then I finally got an email from Shacked, and it'll be here Friday. So in the meantime, I had used because you get the gift card, you get emailed a code. So it's not like a physical gift card, and you have to use the gift card within 2 months of the order date. So I used it because I'm like, I will possibly forget because I've done that before. So I went ahead and I ordered 2 extra bobbins. Because when you spin, I guess you're supposed to go and let the yarn rest for at least overnight before you ply it. And I'm like, well, if I'm on a roll or something, or I'm just finishing up one and I want to start another, I want to make sure I have enough bobbins. So I figure the spinning wheel comes with 3. So this will give me 5, and I figure that's a good way to get me started. So these came today. They came priority from the Woolery. So that was pretty fast shipping because I ordered these Saturday and this is Wednesday. And I like that the Woolery, you can pick your shipping option. Like the default is like USPS priority. I had it shipped UPS because my mailman has been lacking lately. It's true. And then, because I had talked about placing a Knit Picks order, I specifically was looking for Start Spinning the video with Maggie Casey and Uni Jang, because I heard this is a great reference for a beginner spinner. I had gone on Amazon, and it was like $35 on Amazon from not being sold by Amazon. It was being sold by Interweave Knits and another company. And it was $35 plus shipping. It's like a $40 video. So I got on Knit Picks. Love Knit Picks. Because it was still $35, but if you spend $50, you get free shipping. So I'm like, well, I needed to get a couple skeins of yarn for gifts, and I wanted to get that lace yarn, so I would rather pay $35 plus get some things that I was planning on ordering anyways, and I have watched it. It is 2 discs. It is amazing. To me, as a new spinner who does not have anywhere really to go, I don't have a local yarn store that has spinning supplies or anyone to teach me. And my local yarn store isn't really local. It's 45 minutes. So this is awesome. I love Maggie Casey. She has the most soothing voice. Like, I could just sit there and almost like nod off. I'm like, I would love an audio book that she reads. She shows different ways to ply. She shows the basic setup of a wheel. She explains how things work. I mean, this to me, I feel like I can do this. Like, I can learn to spin on my own and teach myself with the video and other references like on the internet and stuff. and I feel pretty confident. So for me, it was worth it. Like I said, if you have a place you can go and get hands-on, then you might not need this. And then I already owned the book. I bought this book 2 years ago when I got the drop spindle. So it's the companion book, Start Spinning. And this has, I don't know, this was like okay. I mean, I guess if you can't watch the video and you're taking your spinning wheel somewhere, this would be a good reference to take with you in case if you maybe had questions. But like half the book is spinning on a wheel and half the book is spinning on a spindle. So, I mean, if you're just spinning on a wheel, it might not be what you need. So, but since I was doing the drop spindle and was hoping to finally do spinning on a wheel, I bought it. So that is my craziness with my spinning and the wheel and all that. It was so funny because my husband's like, what do you want for your birthday? And I'm like, I can't have what I want. I'm like, there's not really a whole lot I want. And he's like, what do you want that we can't afford? And I'm like, well, if I could have anything, I'd really want a spinning wheel. Because it's a milestone birthday this year. And it's coming up in just a tiny bit over a month. And he's like, fine, if that's what you want, get it. And I was like, it'll be my birthday and Christmas and Mother's Day, all that wrapped up into one. Because it's an investment. And that's how I see it. It's not like, oh, I just went and blew all this money on yarn and something. I'm like, it's an investment. It is a tool. It is, you know, I mean, it could, you know, it's something that if I only had one spinning wheel for a while, that's fine. So, you know, having my roving that I dyed was all fun. But, you know, you get on Etsy, oh, heaven help ya. Because I found me some really pretty roving. This came from Wool Gatherings. So we'll call this Fiber Goodness. The Fiber Goodness section. It's kind of like an enabling. And I figured I'd put all the spinning stuff at the end. Because if you're not into spinning, you know, you can tune out early. So I'm just going to keep all the spinning stuff at the end of each episode. And show any fiber that I have separate. So this is So Me. This is, it comes straight, but I love seeing the roving and all wrapped up. Because these are like my colors. And this is so soft. I cannot even begin to tell you how soft it is. It is 100% BFL, 4 ounces. And I assume it's a she. I believe it was a girl that, like, who was listed as the owner. Anyways, Wool Gathering does not name their roving. So I'm calling it Fruity, because it reminds me of fruit. And then I caught a Fiber Nymph update, because you see, I went to check out just what Lisa had posted. Like, because, you know, you put it on Big Cartel early and it says coming soon, and, oh, there was good and plenty fiber. And you know, I'm slightly obsessed with good and plenty. Slightly maybe doesn't even cover it. So this is from Fiber Nymph Dye Works. And it is 3.75 ounces of a 100% superfine merino top. It's this. Oh my goodness. I cannot even begin to tell you how soft this is. This is like melt in your hands good. It is. I wanted the big one. There was like a 4.25 ounce one. And somebody beat me to it. I can't remember. Someone said on Plurk, oh, I was the one that got it. And I'm like, darn you. But I got some, so I'm totally not complaining. And this I probably won't spin right away. I will probably wait until I know what I'm doing. But I figure if it's something she doesn't put in the shop a lot, and, you know, once it's gone, it's gone. It's, you know, there's only usually 1 or 2 of stuff in the shop. And I didn't want to miss out on having this. Diane of Knittables had spun hers up and Navajo plied it, and it was amazing. Like, Diane, you rock. You kick butt. When I grow up, I want to be like, I want to be a good spinner like Diane. So, and then the last one I got, it is from Chimera. It's chimera.etsy.com, chimera.etsy.com. And this is a merino wool top, 4 ounces, and it is called Sea Glass. And I told you people, I am trying to embrace blue, and when I saw this, my heart skipped a little beat. I was like, whoa, what was that? Because it's blue. It has a dark blue, like a cobalt blue, and a real pretty sky blue, and a green. And I love this. Like, I was just like clicking on the buy button faster than I knew I could. So I feel good. I'm like, I'm not so worried about like, oh, I have to totally wait until I'm an amazing spinner to spin something like this. Because I figure it's about the journey. It's about having fun, and it's about learning, because I love to learn new things. So, trying to watch the clock here. So it's so soft. So that is my fibery goodness. I love it. Yay! And I did sign up for the Into the World Club, because I'm like, I really love like all the stuff that's been coming out of the club lately. And it's $20 a month, which isn't bad. $20 a month for 4 ounces of fiber, and that includes shipping. I thought, that's not bad. Even if that's all the fiber I get each month, that's one thing, and I think it'll keep me motivated, and it'll get me to try different kinds of fiber, because pretty much anything I look at online is always a merino or a BFL, because that's what I feel comfortable right now trying to spin. I'm not ready for silk and bamboo and anything like that, especially anything that'll be real slippery or really fine. Or so I figure it'll get me out of my comfort zone, and it'll get me out of my color comfort zone, because I like green and orange. So that is, I think that's it. It was a lot, I think. But I got it all in. I'm like, holy cannoli. I had squeezed it all in. I showed you everything. And then I'm like, you got to see George. Because it's like, I want to love him and hug him and squeeze him and pet him and call him George. And, which is funny because I really like John Steinbeck's novels and books and novelettes and all whatever you want to call all of them. Which that's a reference of Mice and Men. Well, I'm gonna love you and squeeze him and hug him and the whole which way did he go, George? And yeah, that's from Mice and Men if you didn't know. But that's George, the giant squid. I hope that some of you love him as much as I do. I know he's kind of a niche, a little niche kind of pattern. I guess I've quit swinging him. I thought I'd say too, one of my testers had asked, she's like, it doesn't say to stuff the legs. Am I supposed to stuff the legs? And I'm like, no, you don't stuff the leg, or arms. They're arms. Because see, like when squids like swim, they're real, you know, they move with the water and everything. And when I stuffed one, and it looked like a sausage. I didn't like it. So no, you don't stuff the legs. You only stuff the body. So I'm looking forward to May. Yay! See all the little Georges that come out of the knit along. And I should have my spinning wheel in 2 days. And I'll hopefully have something to show you. And I thought it would be fun because I know there's a lot of other new spinners and people who are waiting on their wheels to come too. So kind of, you know, have my, you know, I can show you my flubs. Like, yeah, look what I did. So it'll hopefully be fun. And like I said, I'll keep all the spinning at the end. And so that's for me this week. So until next week. Bye. Oh! I'm Jenna, also known as Retro Lemon on Ravelry, Plurk, Twitter, Pinterest. And the group is Retro Lemon Studio on Ravelry, where you can find all the threads for the knit-alongs. So, till next week. Bye.